Hello and welcome to Conquest Creations. Today, it's my dwarves going up against Jody's goblins.
Hey guys, I'm Jody. I've brought Moria today. So I've got Groblog with a whole slew of goblins and a big guardian cave troll. He's got his friend the captain, who's also brought a cave troll and some more gobs. Then we've got a drum playing in the back as our sort of banner effect. We've got a few little gribblies that go to the side. So we've got two warg marauders, absolutely lethal. And then we've got the centerpiece, we've got the cave drake.
In my army today, I'm playing the Army of Thror. I just finished painting off this army as part of a commission project. There's a few more models in it, but today I'm just playing a 750 point list. If you're interested in having your army commission painted by me, get in contact with me at the Conquest Creation web store. My army for today is Thror, who's leading 15 Guardians of the King. These guys are just Grimhammers with +1 strength. I also have young Thorin with 5 Warriors of Erebor with Spear and Shield, as well as Thrain with another 5 Warriors of Erebor with Spear and Shield. To round out my 750 point list, I have young Dwalin and young Balin. This list is a lot of fun to use because everything hits really hard and everything has high defense. Thror counts as a 6-inch banner because of the army bonus, and I'm really going to rely on that to get my attacks high enough to be able to win fights against these goblins. In today's game, we're going to be playing Breakthrough. We're on an awesome ruined city board. Breakthrough has 4 objectives. There's one in my deployment zone, which is worth 1 point if I keep it alive, but it's worth 4 points to Jody if he manages to take it. And then there's 2 on the center line, which are worth 2 points each. We also want to kill each other's leaders, as well as break the enemy force.
Yeah, so going up against big defense 7 dwarves, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do here. All I know is I'm going to have to hope that my cave trolls and my cave drake can do a whole lot of killing, and my goblins can do not a lot of dying.
I'm really afraid of that cave drake, but I'm hoping that some of the heroes can go in together and take it down quickly. Let's get into this game.
Alright, so now I'm just placing the drake's nest. So whilst within 6 inches of this whole section, or this particularly, but this whole section, the cave drake will be fearless. So it won't run at the end of the game, and if there was terrifying models, as long as she's near here, she can charge with impunity. So I'm just placing my shaman and his little mini squad. I'm actually starting outside of 6 of the center line because I'm a little worried about his heroes charging me turn 1. So I want to be able to see where they go and react just a little bit.
I'm going to start out just by dropping down young Balin, and he's going to just go behind some crates, so he's definitely safe turn 1. And I like just dropping him down first because not much of my army is committed to the battlefield yet.
Right, so now I've just followed up. I'm just dropping my captain and his warband, including one of the cave trolls. We're just going to go here, and we're still going to try and just stay outside of that 6 to see where his heroes go.
I'm expecting all the fighting to go down here, so once again, just dropping Dwalin on his own in the center. I think he's not going to have any problems getting to combat.
So I'm just placing the cave drake down here. Now, me and Jacob have decided on a ruling that if the cave drake barges through these barrels and chests, that it just smashes them to smithereens, and we remove them from a table the same way like when a mumak walks through some rocks and trees and stuff, it just annihilates them. So because of that, she's got a bit more movement on this side, whereas that side it's a whole lot of ruins, which she'll still treat like normal terrain.
So this is after deployment. I've got a line of dwarves and Thrain's headed over on this side, and I've got my one Grimhammer here, who's just ready to run back to protect my objective. Jody, anything to say about your deployment?
No, so we're sort of going to have a meeting engagement in the middle, and we're hoping to skirt around the sides with our marauders and our drakes, and then punch through the middle with the trolls, and see if we can get there.
Awesome. All right, let's get into turn 1. So I have one priority, and in my turn 1, I'm just rushing forwards with my troops. Now, something that I want to be careful of is the bat swarm and the cave troll both getting into the same hero. It's really important to me that I stay 8 inches away from the cave drake. I'm safe there, So that dwarf is in a good position. The question is, what do I want to do with these dwarves? These dwarves are 8 inches away from that cave drake, so I think they're in a good position for now. If it comes forwards, they'll get to it next turn.
So we've just mushed forward with a bunch of goblins to tie them up, but this cave troll's just going to go for a little hurl. Now it's not going to kill anyone, but I want to get young Dwalin on his butt on the ground, and then hopefully maybe do a subsequent charge in the next turn. No. So let's just... So we're just moving the Goblin Shaman, and during the move phase, we've got to cast our spell, so we're going to try and Fury on a 3-up. Oof, got it. So I'm just going to stay outside of Thrain's charge range for next turn to give me more mobility choice. And we're just going to move up just that little bit and hope to pounce next turn. Yeah, so it was really good that Jacob got first turn priority and I got to react to what he did. But of course now the dwarves are in full hold of all those objectives, so we now have to beat our way through.
After turn 1 movement, I am a bit concerned about how these cave trolls are positioned. But that's right, we've got high defense, so I'll stick through it. And now it's my shooting phase. So I've got 6 Grimhammers firing at those goblins. Hitting on 5s, wounding on 5s, and kills 3 goblins!
Wow. There you go.
That's gotta feel pretty bad. In the combat phase, the dwarves were pushed back by a goblin. Following that, some of the goblins were slain by the dwarf Grimhammers. And unfortunately, that warg Marauder actually managed to win the fight against my dwarves and slay the Grimhammer. Now we have a cave troll fighting a Grimhammer with a spear support.
Oh, nice 3. Nice high 3.
I've got a banner reroll for Thror, and I'm on a 6, so I'm going to win that fight, but do no damage. Next we have this cave troll fighting just 1 Grimhammer.
So we got the big 6.
2. I will lose that fight no matter what, so Jody, what would you like to do?
Yeah, we're going to open up a space, so I'm going to hurl that Grimhammer, and that way I can get directly to Thror if we get that priority.
Alright. What's your hurl distance going to be?
So it's 2 inches plus D3, only 3 inches. Little baby hurl.
But that's going to be enough.
Be enough to hit young Balin as well.
And do you want to roll to see if I take any damage?
Yeah, so Thrall, probably on a 6 by a million.
No.
Spearman would be just on a flat 6. Okay. Young Balin, is he on a 5?
Yes.
Damage. And Grimhammer himself takes 3
strength 3s.
3 threes. And he got 6. And the 6 needs 5s anyway, which is not... Yep.
Cool.
Tanked it.
So young Balin has taken a wound, but all the others have survived, just knocked down. So, both Jody and I called heroic moves. I called it with Balin, and I won the roll-off. So Balin's going to stand up, and we're going to get into combat. Thror stands up, and he charges into that cave troll.
Terror.
With the spear support. Young Dwalin is charging into the cave troll. He's got fearless, so he can just go in for free. Thorin charges into Jody's shaman, which is really important because that way I can take off his terror, and it's just taking a spear support with him.
Alright, so we're going all in. We're going to get this cave drake to charge Thrain. We're kind of hoping for a flash kill. The chances aren't with me, but at worst I'll hopefully knock out a couple mite or two, like a mite or two, and at best we'll get a kill. So at this point I've got 1 sneaky marauder skirting around the sides. Now I'm very confident that he can take on 1 single Grimhammer. So if I can snag that back objective, that's 4 points in my back pocket. I'm now charging my bat swarms in. It's not a model you want to commit lightly, but I think he's actually quite safe from a counterattack because all the heroes are quite piled in. And we're going to try and drive a wedge and get behind these dwarves so we can start getting traps.
This is our overview of movement at the end of Jody's move. Now I moved first because I won the heroic move roll-off, but I haven't moved these spearmen yet, so that's what I'm going to do now. Failed. Good. This guy charging in because you can charge over objectives.
Yes, yeah. I'm glad they fixed that.
Yeah.
Courage 4.
Courage 4 has passed.
Just.
No.
18-inch Harbinger, baby. Yeah, I reckon that's got him. That's got. Yeah.
All right.
I reckon your last guy's out though.
Yeah, this guy will go around.
Nice. And he's the last dude sort of trapped.
And then he'll spear support.
Wow.
And this one model
You can't make it.
is just going to go to here.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Tie him
definitely
up
what you do.
So I failed 3 of my courage tests, so it's just Thrain with the spear support fighting against the Drake. Because of Jody's Goblin Drum, I had -1 courage test, which really hurt my chances, and that's why I failed all 3.
So now I'm rolling for Groblog's Mithril Crown, and it's actually kind of a big deal here. If I get a 4-up, all my goblins will be +1 fight, on top of any traps that I get, which will give them additional +1 fight. Which might mean Groblog becomes fight 5.
Alright, roll it.
Right, true. Whoa.
And that's a success.
It also killed a goblin. And as far as the combats for this turn, I've got a combat going with Groblog to hopefully slingshot those bats somewhere else where they're a bit more productive. And I've got that Drake, which is a little sketchy, but I think he can tank it. And hopefully those trolls can come through.
So I just called 3 heroic strikes in 1 turn. I really am banking on all 3 of them paying off, so hopefully they do. Otherwise, my heroes are going to be taking some serious damage. So we have my Grimhammer fighting against Groblog and the Bat Swarm. I'm on a 4.
I'm on a big 6.
Jordy's got the 6. So Jody, I'm going to lose because your Bat Swarm is going to halve my fight.
Should have to get you, but it's 6s all round actually, so it's not even not a sure thing. Luckily, Groblog has it on his own.
And that Grimhammer is dead.
Alright, so we've had a pretty big heroic combat here. I'm charging my Bat Swarm into the middle to enable a few different traps to give my guys +5 value. And Groblog's ran around and picked off these 2 spearmen to give my cave troll a bit of a fighting chance. Yep, so I've got priority and I'm electing to do Thror first because first of all he's trapped. Second of all, he's the banner of the army. It's not a high chance, but if I one-shot him here, he'll lose that 6-inch banner.
Alright, let's roll it. I'm going to start by rolling off my fight value. One fight 10.
Fight 10.
So that means I'll faint, because why not?
That's true actually. I did get the 6, but so did
I've
you.
got the 6 as well, so I'm going to win that. I'm going to put all 3 strikes against that cave troll. So I need 5s to wound. And
Ooh.
oh my god, I could spend 2 points of might to kill it.
Wow.
Done. I'm going to spend 2 points of might. So Thror is out of might, but I've killed that cave troll.
Massive.
So I won the first 2 fights on this side, meaning those goblins had to back up.
Back away.
Further down the line, I killed 1 goblin warrior. And Thror had to make way, and then a Grimhammer got taken out there. Alright, this Grimhammer fought against the Bat Swarm and was not killed, but lost the fight. Further down, I killed a goblin spearman. And finally, my Grimhammer got killed by the warg Marauder. So here we have Thrain fighting against the Cave Drake. Thrain's fight value goes up to 10.
Yeah, even a 1 was enough, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep, so Thrain gets the 6 to win the
I'll
fight.
roll just to be cool.
And what is your defense?
Defense 7.
So I'm strength 4, +1 to wound. I need 5s on the red dice. And that's 1 wound on the Cave Drake. We've got Thorin fighting against the Goblin Shaman. I really want to take it out, and I've got a spear support here on the green dice.
He technically has might, so oh, never mind.
I've got the 6, so Jody doesn't even need to roll there. And what's your defense?
Shaman's a defense 4 actually.
Defense 4. Alright, so the red dice needs 4s. That is 2 wounds on the Goblin Shaman.
Do you want a might before I roll this?
No, I don't, because that's going
Yeah.
to be 2 points of
2
might.
points of might.
So, are you still alive? Got to pass your fate, but you've got a point of might
I
still.
got 1 point of might in the bank. No!
Ah, that was very unfortunate. Alright, finally we have Dwalin fighting against a cave troll. My fight value goes up by 2, so I'm just 1 above. And I've only got 1 point of might left, so I really want to get a good roll here. A 6.
Does it?
Wow, fortune has been on my side this game. What's your captain's defense?
6 as well.
6 as well. We'll go after the captain.
Yep.
And oh my
Jesus.
god, that's 2 wounds on the captain.
Alrighty.
You've got a fate point.
Tank it. He still has 1 might as well, but we've seen how that goes. Come on, Captain. Yes.
Alright, so takes a wound and a fate off Captain. I'm pretty happy with that result, to be honest. I won priority this turn, so Jody, what did you do?
So with my last remaining might on my very beleaguered Captain, we've called a heroic move.
And I've countered that with a heroic move on Thorin. Alright, let's do the roll-up and see who wins. On a 1, 2, 3, goes to you. On a 4, 5, 6, it goes to me.
Ooh, nice one.
And that goes to the Goblins. Jody has just done his heroic move with his Goblin Captain, and there are a lot of traps in here.
This was a real important one to win. So instead of my bats being out of position and my cave trolls getting charged by striking heroes, I sort of got the best of both worlds. Now I got Thorin trapped at fight 5 max.
That's that cave troll batswarm combo that is brutal. Absolutely a game winner.
And now I've sort of got this little push through. So we might be able to commit all the way and take his back objective. But of course we have to start winning some fights.
Alright, and now it's my regular move.
I'm like 6 models away from Frank. So 7.
Thrain. It's in.
And I'll check your Harbinger.
First spear. Fails if he's in Harbinger.
Yeah, these 3.
This guy will spear support there, and then this guy will charge and make it in.
Yep. Yeah, my Marauder's caught at the back.
In here,
That's the bugger.
charge in and spear support him.
It's definitely far from a flash kill.
Alright, I'm just gonna do. So I hit and I kill him, and then I'll charge in there. Actually, I'll charge in there.
Yeah, for sure.
This guy will go, he'll miss. This guy will go, hits, nothing.
These guys are
Go,
in corner.
no. And then this one. Oh, you can't quite get him. We'll go there. In the combat phase, Thrain has called another heroic strike against the Cave Drake, and in here, unsurprisingly, Thorin has gone for the heroic defense just so that he survives this turn. In the first fight, I managed to kill a Goblin Archer, and immediately followed that by taking down another Goblin. Jody struck back by taking out one of my Grim Hammers, and then I lost another fight and just pushed back, and then in here, Thror and 2 Grim Hammers annihilated a Goblin Shieldman. We have the Goblin Marauder fighting 2 Spearmen down in my back half. I really want to take down this warg. I'm on a 5 and the warg is only on a 4. Can I take it down? And the warg has been slain, and I'll go for one of the goblins who has also been slain. Wow. Very fortunate there.
Alright, so now we're rolling Thrain and his support versus my big cave drake. And he charged me.
Alright, let's do it. The support are the green dice.
Oh, only a big 5.
I'm on a 5 as well, and because Thrain called a heroic strike this turn, he is a higher fight value.
Nice one.
Alright, so the red dice need 5s. Can we do it? Oh, man. That's 2 wounds from Thrain onto that cave drake, so it's now taken 3 in total. In the priority phase, I actually won priority, which was really, really helpful for me. I decided that I would call a heroic move with Dwalin. Now, I did that because he was in the best position, but I wanted him to be heading towards that back objective, so he moved back, but I made sure that everyone important was still within 6 inches of him. And then, I just started positioning my dwarves in the best ways that I could, and throwing weapons with my Grim Hammer. My throwing weapons this game really didn't do a lot. Turn 1, they got the 3 kills, but at this stage, once again, they just keep failing. I have Thorin pass a courage test to go into the cave troll. Thorin has the better chance of taking it down than any of the troops, so he's going to have a shot at it. Further down, my spearmen are just tying up more goblins, and importantly, my Grim Hammer is tying up Groblog, and I'm just making sure that they're still within Dwalin and repositioning them just so that they're perfect because they're right on the edge there. On the other side, I have a few more dwarves in range to move, and they're just moving, and they're pretty limited by having to stay within 6 of Dwalin, but it was worth it to have Dwalin move further towards my objective, and they're all just charging in. These two. There. He's going to charge in there.
Smart.
Throwing weapon, hits, nothing. So Thrain,
Yeah, easy.
and then
Yep. Fair dues.
here. Is it better for? Yeah, it's better for 2 versus 2.
Yeah.
Much better.
If you have that.
At the end of the movement phase, a lot of the goblins were tied up, so they barely had anyone to move. And we're into the combat phase, and I'm not going to call any heroics. Jody, do you have any might left?
No, there's just only on the Drake, and she's not calling anything.
Alright, awesome. I'm not calling it with Thrain either, so let's get straight into combat. How about we start with that Drake? So, the Cave Drake fighting Thrain with a spear support. Equal fight this time.
Oh.
I've hit a 6 in there again. I'm on the
Drake.
Drake side this time. And
Oh,
not worth the last point of might, I'm guessing.
it's weird. It might be. He could die.
Could.
This is gonna be crazy, but I have to call it.
Alright, so the last point of might you have on the field.
And it's just a 50-50, so it's not even a win.
50. Alright, and that's my roll off because I've got priority. 1, 2, 3 goes to the Drake. Damn. I'm disappointed we didn't get to see it chomp someone.
No, that's
So-
okay.
Thrain. Hey, no wounds.
Alright.
So it's still alive.
I lucked out, but I still have to burn. That's
And in the combat phase, one of my dwarves died there. Moving up, I pushed back a goblin archer, and then another one of my spearmen died in there. As we went across, I failed to wound the bat swarm, just pushing it back, and then managed to take down a goblin shieldman. Across the battlefield, you can see the battles have been fought with many goblins dying and not any dwarves going down. And finally, Thror managed to kill the goblin captain. And we have Thorin fighting against the cave troll. The cave troll's on 1 wound, so Thorin wants to take it down. I'm on the 6. You need a 6 to match me, and you don't get it.
Hey, it happens. Oh, man.
And no wounds.
He
Unless
has a point of might.
he has to save it for next turn's heroic move, so the
You reckon?
cave troll lives another turn.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
I lost priority, but Thorin, using his last point of might, has called a heroic move to get the win there. Now, Thorin is just going to charge this goblin here. The most important thing is that this dwarf is going to charge into Groblog, meaning he cannot stand fast. Dwalin, I think, has to be the one. He might cop it. That's alright.
Oh, you're fearless. Sorry. Keep going.
Fuck it. Thror's going to go in as well.
Yeah, you may as well.
Yep. So this guy's gonna charge in, throwing weapon. No. And then spear support. I don't want this guy contesting the objective if he passes, so I'll take him. This guy will throwing weapon. Hits. Nothing. Do I want to do anything with this guy? No, not really. Let's be a support Thorin. And just
you
protect
definitely
him.
want to charge the bat swarm. You're not going to encourage one.
Yeah, because you can go for Batsman with for Thorin with it. So,
Yep, I think that's correct. Even though it's courage 1, it's probably going to fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, they did. Cave Drake, I think he's like courage 4. And I'm not sure if he gets buffed from this, but let's find out if he needs to. Better not fuck up.
Fuck me.
No, he's right. He's got 3 will.
Oh, alright, good. So you're fine.
Spend will. But
All
still,
right.
it's pretty funny. Yeah, so charge.
And going into Thrain.
I'll make Thrain.
Courage test to stay alive.
Gone.
Go on.
Swordsman. Gone.
Go on.
So the drums hang around for the whole turn and then run, right?
And then run.
Yeah.
One drummer has run away.
And the drum's down.
Oh,
That's not a good sign.
Good times, good times.
Alright, and where are you guys moving? Obviously it's slightly out of sequence, but it's much easier this way.
Yeah, we'll just tag around. Let's help Groblog.
He's within 3. I really need him to die. So
Are you still within 3 of the objective?
yeah, I will be, because he's within 3, so I'll be within 3.
Oh, was he? Oh, didn't even realise.
He might just...
I think your Grimhammers are anyway.
Yeah, you definitely are too, so I'll definitely be there. In the fight phase, my Grimhammers managed to obliterate the trapped Goblin Archer. Next to them, my Dwarf Spearman managed to push back and kill the Goblin Spearman. Then, Groblog, with a friend, won his fight against my Grimhammer pushing me back, and the Goblin Spearman survived against the Grimhammer and a Spear Support. Next to them, my Spear Support was pushed back by the Goblin Warrior, and then Thorin killed the Shieldman. 2 Spearmans fought, and I managed to push back the Goblin, and then my Spearman pushed back the Bat Swarm, did not wound it. Now we have Dwalin and Thror fighting against a Cave Troll. Let's see who wins this. I've got a lot of attacks in here. Dwalin is going to Piercing Strike and lower his fight by D3, giving him the ability to re-roll to wound.
Alright, this is my chance to get a point by wounding the king.
Dwalin,
Oh,
I'm on a 4 with
high.
Dwalin, and I've
Jesus.
still got Thror to roll. So Thror, can I beat a 4? I've got the 5.
Yep.
So Dwalin needs Forced Wound re-rolling and does 3 wounds. Absolutely brutal. On this side of the board, my Spearman pushed back the Goblin Archer, and then the Goblin Archer pushed back my Spearman. Now we have Thrain fighting against a Cave Drake. Let's see who can win this one. We have the equal fight value.
Give me something. Oh, come
I'm on
on.
a 6, and the Cave Drake doesn't get a 6. It's been so unlucky this
Ooh,
game.
painful.
It's got to feel pretty bad. And let's roll.
Don't kill him. Just
To
don't
wound
kill
it.
her. That's all that matters.
No.
Alright, good. As long as she survives. I don't
She
care about the
survives
goblins.
One more turn. Alright, are you courted?
Ooh, that's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, by a single model.
One more to quarter you. Alright, let's go into this last turn of the game,
Yep.
and hopefully it picks up the goblins.
And like point out that that's what you're doing.
And Dwalin is going to destroy the Goblin Drum. And I'm taking this objective, which is going to be worth 4 points. So we had a Grimhammer fighting against a Goblin, and they managed to take him down. Next to them, Groblog fought against a Grimhammer, lost the fight but was not wounded. And then we had a Grimhammer and a Spearman kill a Goblin Spearman. Above then, a Grimhammer took down another Goblin Spearman. Unsurprisingly, both Thror and Thorin killed their opponents. The Bat Swarm lost the fight, but again was not wounded. And down here, one of the Goblin Archers was pushed back, but the other one managed to kill a Dwarven Spearman. Now, it's going to be Dwalin fighting against the Goblin Drum. Jody,
Get your 3 dice.
give me a good roll. I've got 3 dice here.
Oh.
And the Goblin Drum is killed. For those of you who don't know, the Goblin Drum was automatically dead. And now, we have Thrain fighting the Cave Drake, the main event. Here we go. I'm actually cheering for the Cave Drake here.
Give me 1 win in this whole game. Give me this one.
5?
5's not
Come
great.
on, Cave Drake.
I charge you, so I've got 5 attacks.
I've got a
Big 6. Yay!
Yay!
We did it!
Alright, what's your strength?
Strength 7 versus defense 9.
Defense 8, you can rend me if you want.
I don't get double attacks, do I?
No.
So I've knocked you on your bum, so I've got 10 dice.
Yes.
So I might. I'm
you-
winning on 5s.
I think I charged you.
Oh, did you? Oh, fuck, then I cheated.
That's right, you got 2 6s, so you kind of cheated too badly.
That's true.
So, do you rend me or?
Yeah, okay, sorry. After all that, I rend you. Ah, it's not even that good now.
Well, you need 3s.
Right, so do you want me to just like re-roll with 4 dice and get the 6 still?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll just include the arrow. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
just sort of like write down.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so I will rend, because I'll need 3s to wound. It's a long shot, but I might get a kill. Very long shot.
Very long shot.
Oh, 3 wounds.
3 wounds? Alright.
Technically enough.
I'm going to use 3 fate. There's not great odds of Thrain dying.
Hey, don't say that. Oh.
And Thrain has survived. He's taken 1 wound, but has no fate left. Jody, I believe that means you're cornered, meaning that the game is over. Let's count up the score here at the end. I will score 1 point because I hold my own objective. Over here, I will score 2 points for claiming the middle objective. And on this side, I believe I have more models than you.
Yep, 3v2 that are in range, I would say.
I will score 1 point for that one because I'm not alone there. Finally, I have not killed your leader, so I won't score points for that, but I have broken you, and I will score another 4 points for claiming your objective. Unfortunately, Jody, you are scoring 0 points this game.
Yes.
And that is the end of the game.
That was far from my most technically nuanced game that I've ever played. It was more just bash into the dwarves and see what happens, and of course dwarves are hardy folk, so our goblins didn't come out, our goblins came out second best, but unfortunately so did our monsters, all across the board. We had a cave troll wiped with a 1-turn combat, our other cave troll whiffed when we had a big trap, and then unfortunately the poor cave drake, who did hold Thrain off, didn't get the charge and didn't get the kill.